Hi, I'm Kara Stanford. This is the Marketing Spaces. So thank you for joining me today for this quick look at your marketing MOT, when and how to check your marketing is working. So I'm going to share a little bit with you about what a marketing MOT is, and then give you 3 top tips to get you going. So a marketing MOT is done on a large chunk of time. Think of it as like using a telescope. You're taking a step back, you're looking at the bigger picture. It's not done on a small chunk of time. Ideally, it's done on at least a year, I would say, but you might want to do it on a 6-monthly basis, even a quarterly basis, depending on where your business is and how often you feel that you need to do this. It is a step back. It's an all-over check. It's like a car MOT. You're looking at it all over. You're not just focusing on one part. You're giving it a complete health check. Again, using that telescope analogy, it's like looking at the whole view. You don't just focus on one part. You're looking at the whole view. And it lets you know what marketing has and hasn't worked. If you do not come away knowing what marketing has and hasn't worked, you haven't done it right. A marketing MOT does not. So let's look at the other side. It does not look at marketing activities or campaigns in isolation. So it doesn't go, oh, our LinkedIn strategy didn't work on this occasion, or our Instagram is failing. It doesn't look at just one thing. And it's really important that we understand this, that we don't look at things in isolation in marketing, because everything adds up. It doesn't focus on one small time period. If you're doing a marketing MOT on just a week, not big enough. I'd say even a month isn't big enough. As I said, the smallest amount of time I would do a full marketing MOT on is a quarter. And that would be for a new business that's kind of constantly learning and iterating, And it does not have a vague set of suggestions at the end. It doesn't come away with a vague, oh, you could do this, or you couldn't do this, oh, I'm not so sure. Again, think about when you take your car from an MOT, they come back and they go, windscreen wipers need replaced. The tyres are going to be fine for another 6 months. You have to replace them then. It's very specific. So that's what a marketing MOT does not. So let's have a look at my 3 top tips for you. The first one is around when. Please, at least do your marketing review 1 month before your next annual marketing plan starts. Ideally, 6 to 8 weeks before your next annual marketing plan starts. It's too late. If you're, say, let's take the calendar year, say your marketing plan runs from January to the end of December, really you need to start doing a review November time. And you might go, oh, that doesn't give me a full year's worth of data. Well, it does if you run it to the previous November. But the reason it's important to give yourself a good chunk of time is it could chuck things up that are unexpected. It could take longer than you have planned to do this review. You might need to draw in more people, different kinds of people. And it also allows you time to actually plan for the following year. So what you don't want to do is kind of do a review 1 week and then the next week have to write the plan when you're still trying to figure out and kind of filter through everything that the review has suggested. So when you do your marketing MOT, at least 30 days before your next annual marketing plan starts, ideally longer though. Do a strategic check first. Really, really, really recommend this. And this is just running through your strategic marketing elements to check if they're still relevant. So it's like, right, do we still want to be in this marketplace? Has anything changed? Has there been any data? Has there been any change of heart in the organization, in the business? Anything new come to light, which is making us think we don't want to operate in this marketplace anymore? So I know some businesses that as a result of things that have happened in the market, they worked really hard to get customers in small size businesses. And they're now saying, actually, we want to shift up to businesses that are £1 million plus turnover a year, and that's to do with what they offer and the market changing. So is that still relevant? Are your segments still relevant? So where we take the whole market, so let's use the UK small to medium sized enterprise market. So that's the market. And then you might say, right, in that segment, we want to work with professional service providers. So that's one of our segments. Or it might be we want to work with people who want to implement a full IT solution to manage their customer relationships. Are your segments still relevant? And it's really worth asking this. And it's worth, sometimes it's just your segments need a tweak, or you've got more data or more understanding of them to update. Sometimes it's actually saying, do you know what? No, this is completely the wrong segment. for me, or for, you know, things have changed, so the segment that we were getting on really well with is now no longer lucrative, or they no longer have the money, or they no longer have the need, or there's been a competitor come in and is hoovering up that segment. So do that check. Are these still the right segments? Because if you then spend another year pursuing a segment of the market that's actually dying or dwindling or not a good fit for you, that's kind of slow failure, isn't it? Then look at your competitive market positioning. So this is how you want to be known in the marketplace so you stand out from your competitors. And is it still relevant? Are you still standing out from your competitors, or have your competitors adopted a similar market positioning? Are they touting the same benefits as you? Do you look any different to them? Can anybody look at you at a glance and go, oh, yes, I get what they do, I get what they do, I get what they do, and I can see why you're all slightly different? That will have changed. I can guarantee it will have changed, because hopefully your competitors are doing some good marketing too, so that they're offering some good choice. But check that. Do you still stand out? Is what you're doing, offering, still relevant? Are you expressing it in a way that's relevant? And then your marketing strategies, are they still relevant? If you're doing a content marketing strategy, a known expert marketing strategy, is that still relevant for you reaching your segments and your mark in the market? Do that strategic check, and that is often a discussion, and it will take place looking at some of the data you have. And then my third tip is this should be a top to toe assessment throughout the whole buyer's journey. So you start at awareness and you go, right, how are our awareness activities performing? How have they performed over this whole year? What have they brought in for us? How are our interested activities performing? What have they done for us? And the reason it's really important you go all the way through is you can then see blockages. So you might go, oh my gosh, we are totally bossing customer loyalty. People that find us, use us, utterly love us. What we're failing to do is get new people interested in our products or services. So we don't have a very strong, fresh pipeline. So that's the weakness. It could be the other way around. You're doing loads and loads of great awareness, but you're not taking people through any further. They kind of, you know, they go to your website, they engage with your content, but they don't actually consider buying from you. So that's why it's important to do this top to toe assessment. And when we run it at the Marketing Spaces, and we do offer this annually as a workshop for people, we actually score it. So we have a series of questions, people score it, and they come away with a score for each of those areas aware, interested, considering, adopting, loyal. And then on top of that, they can start to prioritize. So we can go, right, you were really weak in this area. This was your lowest scoring area. Let's bump it up by a couple of points. Or, right, this was your really strong area. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. This area, you need to do more. This area, this didn't work. Let's drop it. So that's why this top to toe assessment is really, really important, because it's looking at everything and how it all comes together and how it all flows through. So if you want more marketing advice, tips and insights, subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get loads of great more stuff on it, and you'll also get added to our private members only LinkedIn group. So have a great week. Make space for marketing thinking, and take care.